Monster Hunter Wilds is far, far from over after you've reached the credits, which really just act to signify the transition between low rank to high rank. High rank hunts are, for one, harder, and though the story continues, the structure of the gameplay loop changes substantially. In this guide to Monster Hunter Wilds High Rank and Endgame, we'll cover what you should do between story quests and beyond, what you'll get for doing side missions, and why and how you should be doing things like hunting tempered monsters, crafting Artian Weapons, and farming decorations, complete with tips you'll need to know to make the most of everything. Hunting high-rank monsters, signified by the 4-star rating and above, will continue to unlock totally new high-rank armor and weapons. High-rank armor also automatically becomes equipable as layered armor. Hunting and completing missions also grants hunter rank points. These points act as experience to increase your HR, or your hunter rank, and your rank governs what new missions you'll unlock and what monsters you'll encounter in the open world. Story missions, also called assignments, basically soft cap your hunter rank until you complete them. But don't worry, even if your HR doesn't go up, you'll still be earning all of that experience. Once you beat the mission locking your rank, you'll get the flood of points that have been saved up, and your current objective will return to simply saying, investigate the regions and raise your HR until the new threshold is reached. While time of day and weather patterns were locked in for much of the low rank campaign, they become dynamic once you reach high rank. Which monsters show up, which environmental interactions are available, and what endemic life is plentiful are all governed by location, time of day, and the weather. You can change the latter two variables at any time by resting in your tent for 300 guild points, save for during a stretch of missions in Chapter 5-2 when you're investigating weather anomalies. Until you reach the end of the quest chain, you won't be able to rest. Side missions are denoted by this yellow marker, and they're given out by NPCs throughout the world. Check back between story missions to accept them as they appear. Many of these lead to great rewards or new monster hunts and should be done whenever they pop up. In particular, two you'll want to look out for are Secure Wounded Hollow to receive an Armorcharm, and the accompanying side mission, as Gatekeeper, for the Powercharm, as both these items passively boost your stats at all times if they're on you. You can equip them from your stash in your tent by simply putting them into your inventory. And no, there doesn't appear to be a way to upgrade them just yet. You'll also want to prioritize the side missions that unlock material collection from various NPCs, as those will allow you to passively receive items over time. Don't worry, you'll be able to retrieve these from any base camp by speaking to Nata. You can do item trades and pick up festival shares for free or from him too. Finally, you'll also want to do the side missions that unlock new moves for your Palico. A full list of side missions along with the rewards are on our Sidequests page on our guide at ign.com. Do keep in mind that during the inclemency, NPCs might not be around for you to accept or turn in quests, so rest in your tent to change the weather so they show up again. Other than the main missions and side missions, and not counting timed special event quests, there are technically 3 types of quests you can embark on to raise your HR: field surveys, investigations, and optional quests. Field surveys are quests created from monsters roaming the field in real time. Attacking these monsters enough starts a field survey quest, but you can also start a field survey quest from the detailed map or world map. You can check the generally lucrative bonus rewards for any of these field survey quests from the map. Some of these bonus rewards can include very rare monster materials like gems, so it's worth checking these rewards often. You can also save field surveys as investigations, which you can then launch later at will from the quest counter even if that monster isn't currently on the map, just for a small fee of guild points. There is no real difference between field surveys and investigations besides this save for later aspect. You should save a field survey as an investigation if you're trying to grind for a particular weapon or armor set, want more of its particular bonus rewards, or if the monster is a giant gold crown or tiny miniature crown, so you can share the find with your friends for achievement and trophy purposes. We recommend defeating the monster once as a field survey and then saving it as an investigation so you'll still have the max number of investigations left. You can do this by going to the Field Surveys tab when speaking to Alma and register past field surveys there as investigations. This is also where you'll post your saved investigations. If you're looking to farm a monster, optional quests should be your last resort as they don't give the same bonus rewards that field surveys and investigations do. But sometimes optional quests are required to complete side missions, so check that side missions tab in your menu. So your basic loop in high rank will be to complete any assignments and side mission that you see crop up, and to raise your hunter rank in between those and to craft new equipment, complete field surveys and investigations for the extra rewards they provide, and then unrelated optional quests if you need to. By the way, during all of this, check for this meat symbol on the map so you can go accept a free meal with great buffs between quests. As you complete the remaining main missions in high rank, you'll continue to unlock additional functions you'll want to engage with as part of Monster Hunter Wilds Endgame too. Trust us, you'll want to do this now so you're ready for the increasingly difficult event quests and title updates that are sure to come. In Chapter 4-2, you'll encounter your first Frenzied Monster. After completing it, Frenzied Monsters will start appearing in the world. Frenzied Monsters are more fierce and hit harder, but in exchange are killed extremely quickly. So they're good targets for farming if you're confident in your abilities to block or evade. They also drop Frenzy Shards, which are needed for certain equipment. Do note that Gormagala, who shows up later, does not drop Frenzy Shards. It only drops Frenzy Crystals. In Chapter 4-3, you'll encounter your first Tempered Monster. These will be your main targets in the endgame for many reasons. First, Tempered Monster quest rewards are the only way to get Hunter Symbols 1, 2, and 3, which you'll need to make some of the best equipment in the game. We've got a whole video guide on Hunter Symbols, but know that you can only get Hunter Symbol 3 from 7 and 8-star Tempered Monster Field Survey quests or investigations, which won't show up until you've completed the last story mission, Chapter 6-1. Tempered Monsters are also what you'll need to hunt to craft Artian Weapons, which can be the most powerful available in the game at the moment. You can only craft Artian Weapons by using weapon shards and fragments received from Tempered Monster quests or bonus rewards, or by melding. Tempered Monsters also drop Wyverian Bloodstones when you destroy their blue Tempered Wounds, which can be traded at the Melding pot along with unwanted Artian Weapon shards to meld relics, which give you Artian Weapon materials. Get to HR 50 to unlock the ability to meld the best Ancient Weapon fragments, which produce the best Rarity 8 Artian Weapon parts, but randomly. Get to HR 100 to choose which parts to meld. It's more expensive, but better when you know what you're after. If you're after those Wyverian Bloodstones for Artian Weapon material melding, consider equipping the equipment skill called Flayer, which makes it easier to make wounds and grants a damage buff before hunting those tempered monsters. You can also complete bounties to get silver relic tickets, which are worth a lot of points. You'll need 3 weapon materials in different categories at the same rarity in order to craft an Artian weapon. The threat level of the tempered monster you face will influence the rarity of the shard dropped, so be sure to always be fighting the toughest ones, because really, only the red rarity 8 Artian points are worth forging with. You can also reinforce Artian weapons to make them stronger by using ore obtained through festival shares, which you can get by talking to Nata at any base camp. You can also trade monster materials to Rakul and Azuz for these reinforcement materials.
Now this is the stuff!
We have a full breakdown, including the types of materials needed for each type of weapon, on our guide at IGN.com. But for the quick version, you need at least 2 materials of the same element to give that weapon that element, and the amount is boosted if all 3 match. We personally don't think it's worth it to craft an Artian weapon unless all 3 match, so hold on to those parts. Finally, you'll definitely want to farm decorations to make the best builds. Look for field surveys for monsters at threat level 6 and above to get a variety of the highest level decorations as bonus rewards. The stronger the monster, noted by these pink diamonds, the more bonus rewards you'll get, which you'll get even more of with multi-target quests. After 5-1, you'll be able to meld the highest rarity decorations too, but they're random. After beating 6-1, you'll unlock the ability to meld specific decorations at the melder, but these will be level 1 only. At HR 100, you'll be able to meld more powerful specific decorations, but the random ones still can be more powerful. You can always sacrifice unneeded decorations to meld new ones, but this isn't very cost effective. Instead, make sure to complete your quest bounties to get silver melding tickets. You can also farm things like ancient wyvern coins to trade for items like scarred scale, Dalthodin wool, or Azuz tanned leather to meld into decorations as well. Believe it or not, there are even more tips to help with high rank and Wild's engrossing endgame. so make sure to check out our guide on IGN.com. And for everything else gaming, you're already in the right place, IGN.